easy go.
Welcome back, Buc Bros. We're glad to be back with you. So first and foremost, we got Buc Bro John, Buc Bro Bryce with me. Welcome back, guys.
How y'all doing?
Hey, Buc Broadcasters. Always good to be back and glad to see my Buc Bros, man. It's been a while since we've done this. How y'all doing? How's that? How's the quarantine been? The crazy 2020 season going for y'all?
I mean, it's been a good time. We had the Rays in the World Series, had the Lightning winning the Stanley Cup, and now we've got the Bucs off to their best start since the year we won the Super Bowl. So, I mean, all things considered, I guess it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, it only took a pandemic to have Tampa have the best sports season ever in in any year possible. So I gotta say though that it's been great watching our teams do so well. Unfortunately, it'd be nice if we could actually go to those games when they're doing so well. But nonetheless,
Tampa Bay sports been a silver lining for sure for the pandemic. So guys, welcome back. And I just wanted to start this out. We're here at the mid-season point, so the Bucs halfway through their season. And what we're going to do is I'm going to bring up the graphic from our earlier videos where we predicted in the preseason what we were going to do game by game in our win-loss record. So let's talk about that a little bit. As you see on the graphic, John, you were a little more optimistic than Bryce and I had us at 7-1. Bryce, you and I both predicted 6-2, so we actually hit it on the mark. But we had a couple of games that were missing. So what do you guys see? We're here at 6-2. I thought it may be a little bit homerish and we might underperform our preseason predictions, so I'm happily here. What do you guys think?
I think that we have definitely played to the level of our preseason hype, which has been important. And we all expected big things from Tom Brady coming in, and we all expected big things from this defense and the offensive weapons that he has, and that's exactly what we've seen. We expected there to be a down game or two, because as Buccaneers, we play to our opponent. That's what we do. We either play down to them or we play up to them, whatever the case may be. And that's exactly what we saw. Obviously we're coming off of a 2-point loss to the Giants, who are one of the worst teams in the league. And we almost gave that game away. But, we went in and beat the Packers. We beat the Raiders. We've looked strong when our competition has been strong. And I think that was something that we fully expected, at least at this point through the season.
Yeah, I share those sentiments with you, John. And I think what, strikes me the most is the fact that we brought in Tom Brady, the GOAT, and you knew he was going to stabilize the team, but we didn't know how soon or how much time it was going to take for the team to buy into the culture he was bringing in from New England. And I think as we saw as the season has progressed, there's still some, it's just like John said, we're playing down our opponents, we're playing buck ball where we're beating ourselves. The difference between this year and last year is we're finding ways to win those games that we would have lost definitely last year. Case in point, the New York Giants game that we just came off of. I think if Jameis is still our quarterback from last year, we definitely lose that game. And it might not have been, Jameis's fault, but it was just a mindset and, the belief in the team in those games that, oh, man, here we go, we're going to find a way to lose. But you see that culture has changed this year. And like John said, I mean, we've had some really impressive wins. The Green Bay win was the most impressive game I've seen us play in quite some time in I don't know, since probably the Super Bowl season in 2002. That was the most dominant performance I've seen against a really good team. So I'm glad to see that this team is playing up to, on paper, what it should be. We just got to find ways to be more consistent when we with offense and making sure that and especially as we bring in Antonio Brown, I think that we're only going to get better going forward.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad you brought up that word belief in there. You said we used to believe we were going to lose, and I think that's the biggest thing Tom Brady's brought, and that's why we're 6-2. A lot of those games, like you said last season, were going to be losses, and that belief that Tom Brady brings, not just in the fact that he can do it, but also that you can count on him to go out and perform and not put you in a mistake-free zone, I'd say. Whereas you used to make a mistake in the old days, you were like, oh, crap, I am not allowed to make that. Now you can make a mistake and have the belief that Tom Brady's going to help you out. So I'm super happy about 6-2. I love where we're at. And, man, let's just keep it rolling. So now we're going to play keep it. We're going to play keep it or maybe pivot. John had us, I believe, winning out. I think he had us at 15-1 to win out. I think, Bryce, you had us at, what was it, 14-2, 13-3?
I believe I have us only losing to the Falcons in the last game only because we're going to be resting all of our players.
Yes. Okay, so 14-2. I'm sorry, 13-3 with the Falcons loss at the end. I had us at 12-4, I believe, losing to Kansas City, and I forget the other one. I know I had us at 12-4. So we're going to play keep it, or do you want to submit a new bracket?
I'm definitely going to keep my bracket the same. That is completely hinged on this coming Sunday's game, Sunday Night Football against the Saints. If we can put it together and put up another dominant performance like we've put up, I think the rest of the dominoes fall in our schedule. We don't really have much outside of that Chiefs game to really worry about. We've got a Vikings team that's is on the mend. We've got the Lions, who are just an overall bad team, the Falcons, who are just a bad team, and the Panthers, who are still trying to find their way with a new quarterback. I really don't see anything at this point that would make me believe we're going to do worse than my predictions, especially with Antonio Brown coming in, Chris Godwin coming back from injury. I think if we can get our offense healthy, this team is unbeatable. I mean, just to imagine, we've won these games. We've gone 6-2 without Chris Godwin playing half the games. I just think that's something that needs to be noticed. Last night, Tom Brady was throwing to Mickens. Like, that is not a name going into this season that you would expect to have so many targets on a Monday Night Football game, and yet he was able to go out there and perform. I think we have the tools necessary. I don't expect us to lose another game.
Very strong. All right.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep my prediction of finishing 7-1 to have a 13-3 season, but I'm going to change the fact we're not losing to Atlanta. Atlanta, no, they're just not a good team, and they find ways to lose that even the Bucs couldn't think about losing when, back in our time when we were finding ways to invent losing. They're inventing losing in astronomical
bigger and better ways, yeah.
That being said, I do think we probably drop a game within the last 8. I mean, we saw against the Giants, if we have a performance like that, we're capable of, being beat. And I find it hard that we're going to win 8 in a row. 8 in a row. Well, I guess it would be 11 in a row to end the season. So I think we'll drop one along the line. But 13-3, first in the division. And I'll go ahead and say we'll be tied with the Seahawks for the first overall seed, and hopefully we'll win that tiebreaker to get that first round bye.
What will be the tiebreaker? Is that conference record?
Conference record. So hopefully Seattle loses.
Well, hopefully the NFC West beats them up.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting.
So for me, I'm just going to keep it just to be conservative. I think 12-4 is a great, record. I could see us actually winning more at this point. I could see us beating really any team. I think we have a great defense and great offense. I wish the offense did a little bit more. They were not themselves the last game against the Giants. But that should help with the addition of Antonio Brown. Hopefully he's as good as what's been hyped up on the Reddit Buccaneers of, they're saying he's physically fit. So I'm going to stick with it just to be conservative. I'll take the 12-4 record, the 2 losses. I just think it's tough to win, against, consistently win. And we saw that this past week. We scraped out a win against the Giants, and it's just going to be tough to consistently win. I think we'll drop a couple along the way. Got to talk about Sunday Night Football. Saints are coming into town, into Tampa Bay. We lost to them in week 1. We get our chance for revenge. I want one bold prediction. One bold prediction from the both of you on what this game, what's going to happen in this game.
Bold prediction: Antonio Brown catches 2 touchdowns in his Buccaneer debut, and Tom Brady throws for 5 touchdowns against the Saints.
Oof.
A 42-28 victory.
Beautiful.
That's bold. Capital bold.
With a cursive B, and it's bold as shit. That's fucking bold, all right?
I need even bolder, John.
If you want even bolder, and I said this, you can ask my wife. I said this last week. I fully expect in this Saints game, Drew Brees does not finish the game. We see Jameis Winston take the field as a New Orleans Saint. I think Drew Brees' age catches up to him. I think our defense gets to him often and early, and I think Taysom Hill proves that he is not all that he is hyped up to be. And when they go to the well, they're going to find it dry with Jameis Winston.
Oof. Ooh, Jameis Winston throwing to his old team. Pick sixes. I like it.
Absolutely.
On the defensive side of the ball, I'm going to say Shaq Barrett has a breakout game, records 3 sacks against Old Breezy. He gets his number on the board. He was creating a lot of pressure last game, didn't get rewarded for it. He did create those interceptions, just doesn't show up on the stat sheet. This game, he shows up on the stat sheet big, 3 sacks.
Awesome. Good stuff.
I like it.
All right, thanks, Buc Bros, for tuning in. That's our mid-season recap. We're off to a great 6-2 start, and we're hoping for more of the same in the second half of the season. Hope you guys stick with us. Go Bucs.
Go Bucs.
Go Bucs, baby.